Okay, in this lesson we're going to learn how to graph circles. Again, one of the conic sections. And again, what we're looking at here is the main objective is to take it from from a standard form position, which we see down here, and put it into a graph. Okay. The next video we'll talk about writing equations in standard form. But for this one here, what we want to point out is notice when it is in general form, we're looking for x squared and y squared added together. And technically what's going to happen here is once you put them all together, the coefficients down here are going to be in the same. Okay, so the x and the y are going to be the same coefficients out front, hence making it a circle. So let's go ahead and scroll down and talk about what it looks like in standard form. So what we're going to look at is here is the center of the circle, which is really HK, which I see many a times. So HK is the center of a circle. And again, the center is actually not part of the circle. It's just the guide point, because the circle by definition is all points equal distance. So if I'm looking at, um, the radius here, those two distances are the same. Okay, so that's the definition of a circle. So let's go ahead and label a center. Here we have H comma K. And then notice here the radius is right over here. Now the key is you have to take the square root of that. Okay, so the radius is just simply r. So if I draw in a radius here, the distance of that line or that ray is r. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at some examples. So again, these are pretty straightforward. So the first one here, we're going to identify the radius. So we have 3 and 5. Notice you take the opposite of the sign because they're inside parentheses. So 3 comma 5. And so I'm going to go ahead and label that over 3 up 5. And then the radius, again, we're going to look at this value, and we're going to take the square root of 16, which is going to be 4. Now, since we're talking about distance, we don't have to take about -4 in order to talk about the principal root here. And so from here, I'm going to go over 4 in all directions, give myself some bearing of the size of the circle, and then I'm going to go ahead and sketch the circle in so it goes through all those points. Okay. And that's pretty much all we're doing here. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the next example. Again, doing a different color here. I'm going to find our center, which is going to be -5, comma, -2. Again, taking the opposite signs. I'm going to look at that value and see the square root of 7. Okay, and the square root of 7, it's somewhere in between 4 and 9. So it's going to be, in between 2 and 3. Okay. So roughly in between 2 to 3 is what we're looking for. Okay, and we just need this. So we want to put on the graph. We know what we're looking at. So let's find the center. We go back 5 and then down 2. There's my center, and then roughly go over 2 and a little bit more. Over 2 and a little bit more. Down 2 a little more. Up 2 and a little more. And again, I'm just going to connect those dots and draw my circle about that point. Okay, so that's really all we're looking at here. I'm going to go ahead and have you try this example here. Again, just make a quick sketch of what this is going to look like.